Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, binaries and non, it is your boy, Kevin of Swervin Media. Hope everyone is having a fine day today. And chances are, if you have watched any of my videos, you have heard some of the music in my videos. And if you didn't know, now you will know that any kind of song in any of my videos have all been something that I made. And if you go look back, I put in some fucking bangers in those videos. Some straight hitters. And then I want to just do a little video on how I make the music, because if you didn't know, now you're gonna know. If you have an iPhone, you can make music that sounds pretty good. Or if you have an Android, better yet, if you have an iPad, like I'm gonna be showing you today what I do exactly, you can make some really good sounding stuff. I grew up as a musician playing drums with my dad. He was on the guitar, me on drums, since I was 8 years old. And then as I got older, and in my computer class in 9th grade, I learned about GarageBand. And actually, I hold the record for the worst grade ever in that computer class, because everybody gets A's, but my teacher kept catching me on GarageBand, and every time that he caught me, he docked me 5 points, so I actually got a D in that class. I was totally hooked on it from the beginning, willing to just fuck my grades up for it. But yeah, so we're going to be getting into that today. I'm going to be showing you some of the apps I like to use, and showing you how to just come up with a quick track. So one of the things that's really cool, especially about iOS music production, is there is a boatload of apps for making music with. And some of the most popular ones are, of course, GarageBand, which comes downloaded onto all Apple devices. And then there is BandLab, which is getting really popular. And BandLab also kind of is like a social media platform as well. You can post and have people comment on your stuff. It is a very interactive community on there, but it's also, I feel like, kind of a younger crowd on there. I haven't really used BandLab too much, but I definitely have messed with it a little bit. And then there's the app that I use the most, which is Beatmaker 3, and that was definitely the one that had the biggest learning curve. It's the most advanced app that I've had to learn so far. And then all the rest of these that you see, like the 4-wave synth AUV3, or the Bleach Monolith or Blindfold EQ, all of those are plugins. And which is really cool is in the App Store, there's a whole bunch of plugins. Not every recording app is like GarageBand and just has shit tons of sound on it. I was kind of disappointed at first when I got into Beatmaker 3, because I was like, where the hell is all the sounds? But little did I know that there's a whole world of shit that I was just clueless about. And if you're on the lookout for some of these apps, or just want to go into the App Store and see what they offer, I'll show you exactly what to put in. And what comes up, so we have BandLab right there. I've never used this music studio one right here for $15. But then GarageBand, then there's N-Track, a couple of the AUV3 plugins. Well, actually, this one's not an AUV3, this is an IAA, it's something different. I honestly don't fuck with the IAA, they're not as user-friendly to when you put them in as a plugin. But then, as you can see, there's just a whole assortment. Medley's pretty cool, I've used that before. Here's Spotify Studio called Soundtrap, and I'd say the most popular ones, for whatever reasons, they're not on the front. I've never used FL Studio on iPad. I hear mixed reviews on it. But as you can see, yeah, there's just a whole assortment of different kind of synths or plugin, modulators, delay effects, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, here's Beatmaker 3. This is the one I got. I believe when I got Beatmaker 3, it cost about $30. I don't know how much it costs now. So as you can see, there's a whole assortment of different kind of apps, and my advice I'd give to anybody before they start buying all sorts of different plugins, synths, or all apps for music production. Like Cubasis is like $50. There's some of them get kind of pricey, but if you think about it, it is so much cheaper than producing music on a desktop. Like I got I think Reason 5 in like 2011. It was like a $500 program, and that's what shit usually costs. But on these apps, it's a lot cheaper. That's why I like it. It's definitely, if you're on a budget, it's something that you can totally work with. But yeah, the best advice I could give is, before you start buying any sort of these things, go into GarageBand and see if you can learn that, because basically, if you're not able to get the handle on GarageBand, you wouldn't really be able to get the handle on much else from there, because it's pretty straightforward on GarageBand. So what you want to do is go into your GarageBand app, and you can see here you got your world instruments, drummer, external sound library, keyboard, drums, amp, audio recorder. So there's just a whole myriad of fucking shit to choose from. So right now, what we'll do is I'll show you if you want to start doing some drums. This is a beat sequencer, and these are kind of fun. And if you want to mess with the tempo, slow it down a bit, hit record. And what you want to do is hit this little 3-bar thing right here in the top left, and you're going to want to loop it. And so to loop it and make sure it makes the most sense is you put it back into so it's 4 full bars, because we're in an 8-bar little sequence right here. And you tap it, you hit loop, and then bam, it's a loop. So, and then next we're going to want to do, we'll go into synth, and it's just fun. So we'll go to the smart piano. See, it's real simple right there. So then you click into here if you want to get more sounds. Go to lullaby vibes. And now we just add this in, we'll hit record and see what happens. And now you have that added in. And what you can do is what I like to do right here. This little like pyramid thing right here is the arpeggiator. I can never say that word. The arp. It's the arp. And watch this. Like that sounds sick right there. So we'll just go add that in now. Click into this, and you can find your basses and bass here, but I just like to go get them in the synth. So I'll go to the Alchemy synth. A lot of cool sounds in here, and there's also a lot of effects you can change in here as well. Let's see. So we'll go into here and we'll just type, or we'll hit bass, and we'll see deep 808. We just want a different kind of sound. That's thumper right there. Ooh, I like that. Hold on, here we go. And then you just hit record and go again. And from there, you already got your song that you're building up. You got a nice bass in there. We got the ARP going. We got some nice chords. That one actually sounds kind of nice, and I like the way that bass sounds too. But yeah, that was just a little tutorial on how to get started with GarageBand, and just a little introduction into iOS music apps. iOS music apps are about to extremely blow up, and I think it's just some good content to put out there, because soon here we're going to be getting GarageBand's big dick energy brother, Logic Pro, onto the iPad, which is a fucking, I mean, for me it's like the biggest deal ever. I've been thinking about switching to like getting a MacBook or a desktop, but now that Logic Pro is coming onto the iPad, I have no reason to switch. I'm super stoked about it. It's not even that expensive, so I'm really hyped on that. And so you can expect to be seeing more iOS music production from me. Alright y'all, have a good day.